The UAW strike from last year is over, but a year later, another UAW strike. This one is for the Eaton Aerospace. This is in Jackson, Michigan, and right now a little over 500 workers are on strike almost for a month now. This is the first strike you've had since the 70s. Yes. So this is not something that happens every 4 years. It's a pretty big deal for you all to go on strike. Over 500 workers. What was the road that led to this? Because obviously, I'm assuming the goal was to reach a deal. Yes. But the company, whose CEO, by the way, is making $20 million a year, seems a lot of the same things that the big three automakers were doing.
Yeah. Well, the company's proposal was very weak. Our goal going into negotiations was work-life balance for the membership. People don't want to have to work till they're 70 years old. They want to retire at a decent age so they can enjoy their grandkids. Also, the amount of time that we have to spend in the plant, overtime, vacation, paid time off, those type of things we were trying to bargain, and the company just wouldn't have anything to do with it. They're also freezing our pension. They took away our bonus program. The economic increases that they were offering weren't enough to address inflation, especially considering the additional losses that they were handing us with it.
I just want what the company promised us when we got hired in. We all came from good jobs. They offered us health care, a pension, something to retire from, and good wages. I just want it all back again, not get it taken away. Otherwise, I'd have stayed where I was. I was happy and not working so many hours away from my family. If you're going to make me work that many hours, at least give me like a bonus, something to look forward to, not just say, oh, well, we're making this much money, but you're not going to get nothing.
When you say take it away, have they cut?
Yeah, like the pension, it's gone. It's going to be gone. VPP. Yep, the VPP.
What's VPP?
That's basically when they make profits, it's a variable pay plan. When they make profits during the year, they give us a small portion of it at like around April. Nothing.
Based on metrics that they control.
Exactly. And we haven't had nothing.
In 2 contracts.
Now, it's nothing promised, but it's like, at least if I'm taking away time from my family, why don't you give me something to show for it? We even had like park little things out here for get-togethers with our families, enough with the company, and sometimes they bring a tour. Nothing for the last 4 or 5 years now. That kind of hurts. Why am I working so many hours and they're pushing it, saying they're not making it? We're behind. It's like, okay. And then they make these big profits and slap that in my face.
What kind of hours generally are people working here?
10s during the week, and then you got 6 to 5 on the Sunday and Saturday. So I mean, it's just you're away from your family, and then you're tired depending on what shift you're on.
Right. So you get home and you just want to sleep or do nothing. Yeah. And what's interesting to me, they seem to be peeling back more and more as they're drinking more champagne.
Exactly. I just want what they promised me when I hired in here.
How long you been here?
Almost 10 years. So, yep.
Tell me about the workplace. Kind of seems like there's a camaraderie here. A lot of you kind of like a family atmosphere.
A lot of it's like family around here. A lot of it. I've noticed it more since we've been even outside the building. So, yeah, it's like family. I see it at the Christmas parties and other picnics and stuff that the UAW does, not the company. And the company hasn't done a thing for us, except small chicken dinners and stuff like that on Thanksgiving and Christmas. And a $15 gift card. There you go, $15 for working your butt off for the entire year.
From the sounds of it, eventually they're going to say you got to pay for the chicken, too.
Bingo.
Well, they give out these, what they call it, E-stars.
What's that?
It's something they give us, and we can use it to buy gift cards and this and that. Okay. But it's like pulling teeth just to get that. They don't appreciate anything we do.
And the executives, upper management, they're not, on the plant floor making anything, but they're not having their stuff's not getting cut.
Oh, no. They're not getting cut at all. And half of them, they don't even know who we really are. So, yeah, it's kind of degrading.
Good people who care about a place, they're kind of hard to find these days, you know what I mean? Because people are showing more and more the disloyalty to companies that the companies show to them, and These people.
Why are you going to show loyalty if they're just
Exactly.
taking advantage of you?
Exactly. And these people, they're loyal people. They want to retire from here. They want to make a good living, and they want this place to exceed. Some of these people are like second generation, and they have kids that are coming into this place too. So there's some people that have like 3 generations in this place. My dad worked here, and he's got 4. My gosh, see? And he cares about this place. That's why
You've had, in your family, 4 generations?
4 generations in here. My grandmother lived down the road. I've watched this building change over the years. I've always wanted to be in here. When I finally get in here, and then it was great. And then all of a sudden, in the last few years, it's just been take. And I'm like, wow, I never thought that actually happened.
That was a source of pride in your family to work here. Yeah.
Yep, it was a
It's
big
a
source.
family-oriented shop.
Yes,
I
it
have
is.
8 members of family that work here. I mean, my uncles, my cousins, everybody all work here. And that's a lot of people that work in here. Numerous family members work here. And that's what we were told, is this is a place you come to finish your career, your retirement. So then when you want to take the retirement away and then not keep you up with wages, then you don't want to look somewhere else. You made the decision to come here and stay here.
Right.
So
In a way, they're just crapping on your family. That's what it seems like to me.
I mean, like I said, eight family members that work here, all have families, aging from 23 is my youngest cousin that works here. And then I have my uncles and aunts that are in their 50s. So their kids work here. We go to family get-togethers. It's most of the thing you talk about. Hey, what happened? Well, we're all at work. So, and if you work an off shift, you don't really have much of a family life. When you work, sleep, come back.
Meanwhile, they're sending you emails about how wonderful they're doing, but
Right.
you're forced to stand out in the rain.
We're not asking for too much, just something to stay afloat with everybody else.
Right.
They ask for 70% for other places, 40%. We're not even getting 20. And I'm not sure what the number of inflation is, but I'm sure what we're getting is not close to that number. So is it really too much to ask for? That's the biggest thing. Everything goes up, our pay stays the same.
And what were they offering? Because if they're offering basically no pensions for new hires, freeze or reduce pensions for long-time workers, what kind of salary increase or hourly increases were they offering? What were they offering?
In total, if you include the signing bonus and things like that, it was come out to right around 16.5% over 4 years, which that's not great.
Right.
That barely covers inflation.
Right.
And if you're losing items on top of that, and we're actually going backwards in my opinion. They did offer a little bit of an increase to the pension multiplier, for freezing the pension. But our multiplier wasn't very high as it was already, so it's just not enough to make up for it. And it's a less than stellar 401k that they're offering.
Mm-hmm.
It's very basic. It's not the type of 401k plan that you would expect them to offer if they're trying to freeze a pension. The very day of the first ratification vote, they sent an email to all these folks here bragging record sales, record profits, record backlog, everything, the very day that we were going to vote.
So basically, they're just trying to squeeze you every last ounce that they can, and then cry poverty that they can't afford, et cetera, et cetera. Have there been direct or subtle threats that if they gave you what you're asking for, they'd have to move elsewhere?
No, they haven't threatened that. But what they do is they'll offer something and they'll say, well, it's only good if this goes through. If it doesn't pass, we're going to take it off the table, and then they'll try to take us backwards every single time. And that was back when we were still talking, but we haven't been talking in a while. We're scheduled to go back to the table Wednesday. I'm not necessarily believing that the company is pushing this. I think it's more the federal mediator, but we'll see. We're going to hope for the best and see what we can do. Try to get a fair contract for these people.
Obviously, the election's less than a month away, and all I hear about is all these, democracies on the line and certain candidates, the opportunity economy, and Trump's talking about make America great again. To me, it's all bullshit. I mean, these companies have been basically controlling the government for the last 40 years. And really the only thing that I see that's positive is kind of the return of labor. Labor has been really hurting for the last few decades for a lot of reasons, mainly the attacks on labor. But seeing, the Amazon workers, organize years ago and win their union, Starbucks workers, UAW, John Deere, has that kind of been motivating to you to see, that workers are better organizing? Obviously, that's not why you went on strike, but at least to see kind of labor getting a little bit more revitalized.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's a good sign. Anytime that you can see the middle class coming up, that's a good thing. That's the foundation of this country, in my opinion. And, if we're not careful, we're not even going to be middle class anymore. We have to stand up for ourselves, even though we already have a union and we are organized. If we can slide down to where we're not even middle class anymore. So it's not just a matter of what you can get. It's keeping what you have and trying not to go backwards.
I don't know. Call us old-fashioned, but we're out here covering what the corporate media covers up. But I need your help. The glasses must come off. I need your support. It's wildly expensive to do. I think we're going to probably be out here when it's all said and done for 10 days. I'm exhausted. John's exhausted. We've driven at this point probably 7 or 8 hours. And then we're going to Wisconsin. Please, please, please support us. This on-the-ground reporting, it's not the sexy stories. It's not the stuff that goes viral, but it's actually the stuff that matters. It's actually the stuff that matters to voters. It's actually the stuff that matters to, living, breathing human beings. And that's why the corporate media doesn't cover it, because they don't want to show this stuff. So if you're not yet a Status Coup member, I need you to sign up. StatusCoup.com/join. Do you see any other outlets, corporate or independent, doing this kind of independent on-the-ground work? I don't. Not like we do.